Hello, Jake Light here, gaming lawyer at your service. We are back again with Great Ace Attorney. So, we're finally done with the case, I hope. So this is just the epilogue, and we should enjoy the ride. So without further ado, let's continue. What will happen to Miss Pavlova now then? Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. How about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate her? Repatriate. That's correct. Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out. Mr. Sholmes can do that? So she won't be going back to Russia then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return to in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, now she's an exile for life. I see. I'm sorry. Seaman Stroganoff? I wanted to help our angel, no matter what, but I didn't think about you. Oh, about how you lost good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police. That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Kazuma's death feels like such a waste. But, well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Duh. Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan. Yes, I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any different. So, you should get back to your cabin now. It looks like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it's even begun then. To think that only days ago, Kazuma and I were laughing together about how we'd tear up the streets of London. It seems like a distant memory now. I miss Kazuma. I miss him. Oh well. Oh, what's that? Is it someone weeping? Susato. Susato-san? Naruhodo-san, I didn't know you had returned. Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga just told me I should pack. You know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that. No, don't cry, Susato. I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over. Just like that. Susato-san. Why am I getting emotional? I had such great grand ideas for this visit to Great Britain. So many dreams. And now they've been cruelly taken away. Just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. It was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruto-san. It's just too much. Yes, I know. Who is this? I wish there was something I could say. Oh, Inspector. Inspector, my duty was to see Asuki-san safely to Great Britain. But I failed and caused this two closest friends, great pain, great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down. And I would do anything to make up for my terrible blunder. Nobody blames you, Miss Spectre. And I'm free again now at it. Huh? Surprised, Mr. Naruhodo? What is the meaning of this? Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry? So I decided to restore them, for old time's sake. Shall we say, you are Zoe after all. He thinks this is funny? Damn him. Mr. Sholmes, we do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Not at all, not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer you my sincere condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heartrending. I hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report of everything that's happened. What? Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I wasn't stowaway. The terms of this study tour was negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant. Was to be? In the light of Mr. Asuki's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. Oh no, I don't care for me, but... Poor Susato-san. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely. But there is no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know no of other lawyer. Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid. Oh, but anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer. Yes. Miss Susato? Yes? Do you think perhaps I might be able to do it? You said you're a student lawyer, though. Student lawyer. You're not a lawyer. Who cares anymore, right? Student lawyers. Just a small explanation. Student lawyers without a license, and can't practice anything, can't do anything, and especially if they are abroad in another foreign country, they don't have any license to practice there as well. So not in their own home country they can practice, so as well they can't practice at all in another country as well. So there's that. But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Rosa? Yes. Oh, unless... Are you studying law? It's different. That's different. that's different. No, I'm not, but... I'm sorry. In that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work. But as I say, there's still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I have a month in which to study, to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain. Okay. Mr. Naruhodo? That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all that in just 40 days? Yes, it's impossible. There's only one way to find out. I mean, you don't really... ways how Ace Attorney works, you don't really need a law degree to become a lawyer. I work my fingers to the bones, Inspector, every single day. You just let me try. And if, by the chance we reach Great Britain, I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. But why put yourself in such a difficult position? For Kazuma. He said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Miss Susato? I say that's bullshit, but... That's creepy. I think it's a wonderful idea. Thank you. I bullshit my way to be a lawyer. So, what does our bespectacled inspector friend say? Are you serious? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No. It's madness. Yet fascinating, would you agree? Fascinating? Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest, give us fascination. Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character. No, if we are talking about philosophy, yeah. But if we are talking about reality, no. And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. Inspector, after all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I'd say that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here. Oh, thank you, Inspector. If you will excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next and how best to make my report. Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer? I'm just an assistant, yo. I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant after all. Thank you. I don't know the equivalence of a judicial assistant and a lawyer, but I'll take anything. And Mr. Naruhodo, I'd like you to take charge of this. Wait, no. That's illegal. What? Me? Are you sure? I could cut you, you know. I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. Its name is Karuma. It's a great sword that's been in the Asogi clan for generations. Very well, I accept. I'll treasure it always. So then, Miss Sosato, seems we will be working together for some time to come yet. It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. We shall fill every spare moment with study. Yes, that's exactly what I need. But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you too. Goodness, what is it? Please throw me to the ground. 3 times. What? I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course you would never have done anything to hurt him. It should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior. No, you were in shock. You just found out about me stowing away and the cabin door was locked from... No, I won't let you make excuses for me. Hit me! Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you, and not just once, but 5 times. That number keeps creeping up, doesn't it? Please, you must. Just take hold of me and throw me. Do it. Don't even think about it. No. I don't even know how. I've never thrown anyone in my life. Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess, I was most impressed. When did he see that? I presume that it would be a form of Japanese wrestling. Oh, well, in a way, it's not wrestling but my own interpretation of an ancient jiu-jitsu technique. Apparently it's called the Susato takedown. Leaves your head swimming, believe me. How beguiling. I'm not sure how to pronounce. I'm a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I am a somewhat accomplished boxer. Discombobulation. There he goes, dancing around again. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw. Yes, I'd be honored. Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam. Oh, of course. Are you ready, Mr. Naruto? Sorry. Hi! Okay. As you can see, you throw from the abdomen. Oh yes, arresting indeed. And that is what you term the Susato takedown, is it? Actually, no, that was a Susato squash. What a great way to end. In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Flashback. Karuma? That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asogi clan. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely? A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karma guides me. I truly believe that. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two. Not that you would need much compelling on that subject. There's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain, and I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. That important thing he had to do. I still don't know what that was. But I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. And yay, we did it. Everything went in the cabin. No trial, no nothing. We cracked the case. Is this a detective game or an actual lawyer's game? In a very, very vague sense. It's not, so, well. Yeah, what you get. We face attorney. Alright, let's go. Episode 3. Let's take a little look at what episode 3 is like. The Adventure of the Runaway Room.
Glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself. However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident, "I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude. The beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together."
Ah, cutscene.
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
They sound very British.
Locomotives. This country is incredible.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
So, where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure. I suppose you're visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay. And welcome to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
I don't think it's all that bright and shiny in London at that time. "18th February, British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice Office." What an incredible place! It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress. There's some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course, but they've only been built in a few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? A far cry from the wood and paper most of our buildings are constructed from. It's certainly unfamiliar, but I think there's more to the difference than just construction materials. What is this place again? This is the Lord Chief Justice's home, Naruto-san, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain. The Lord Chief Justice. We had instructions to report here at this time. If circumstances were different, we were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. But Kazuma can't. No. So instead, we are here in a different capacity. As envoys to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death. Yes. And having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So, we'd have to return to Japan. If we want to remain here in Great Britain, I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the study tour. Yes, which means you need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer. Which is what I've been studying for 40 days. Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoint lawyers. That's the second reason why we're here, to have you officially recognized as a lawyer. It's the only way that we'll be able to remain here in London. I hope I'm up to the scratch. Because, you know, as an itch, I need to scratch. Oh, good morning. Sorry for keeping you. I need to look at his face to know what accent I can maybe do. How do I... This face is very intimidating, very uptight. So I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes and 40 seconds late. My apologies. Oh, no, don't mention it. We are never happier than we are standing around with nothing much to do. How fortunate. So, introductions. I am Mayor Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. And I feel like a little mouse on an elephant's foot. Come on, Mr. Naruto, don't be a mouse. Oh, It's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Ryonosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire. Ah, yes, thank you. Let's talk to you, I guess. So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? Help. I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city. It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruto? Oh. We had a wonderful view of of London Street from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say I'm almost lost for words. I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts trams, piped water and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolution and new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded. Oh yes, astounded is the word. Thanks for saving me there, Susato-san. And everything seems jolly and full of vigor. Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming great exhibition we will be hosting here in London. Great exhibition? Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and will make Paris World Fair look like a toy shop. Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be. Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world. Even if you do say so yourself. The sun will never set on our great empire. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun. Alright, we'll do this another time. His voice is very... I think I'm trying to get into his character, but we'll get there. This... I think he's not a good guy. Maybe not. In any case, time's up, so we'll have to do this the next time. Again, repeating myself always, again. In any case, hope you enjoy this playthrough. I myself am glad we are moving on to another episode. So, we'll see you next time. Take care, be hopeful, but stay critical. Bye bye.